when I begin to perform this motion, I'm always swaying, taking load off the elongated arm, rolling up the arm, and looking underneath. Very often when people roll, especially during the learning stages, they place weight on the head. They use the head in effect like a third hand. So in that crucifix position, as they roll under, they get in the habit of placing their head on the floor. And by placing the head on the floor, as soon as more and more weight comes onto me, what happens now is that I begin to resist outwardly with my head and to use my head as a support. So what ends up happening is that people that get in the habit of touching their head on the floor are not only in more danger of hitting their head, because that's how they're rolling and they haven't developed the flexibility to bring the head under, but they're more in danger of injuring their neck as well, because they are pushing against the very ground that they're absorbing impact from. So it becomes very important to understand that I need to start educating contraction in the neck before the head touches the ground. If I wait until the head is touching the ground, instinctively my body is going to resist against the planet, and then it's going to be very difficult and confusing for my muscles to try to then learn how to tuck it. So what's important for us to understand is that it's okay for your head to touch the ground if, because of your size or your current lack of flexibility, that's how the head is going to be positioned. But what is not okay is for us to leave our neck completely flaccid, to wait until we get to the ground and then try to complete the roll. Because what will happen every time when we do that is our neck will resist against the ground and massively increase the chance of injury. So there's a huge difference between somebody rolling, no awareness in the neck, and then they lean the head against the floor, versus somebody who, as they begin that spiral and that rotation, brings the chin all the way into the body, contracts the muscles in the front of the neck as completely as they can, and still touches the head on the ground. The difference in the second case is that although the head is touching the ground and some weight from your body is rolling over the head, the neck is far more stable and is seeking to move towards the body. So if the extra pressure assists your flexibility, even strains your muscles a little bit, it'll be far less risky or injurious than if you were trying to push against it. As I spiral that one arm, I don't just look under the bent arm, but rather I contract, I pull the chin in. And ideally, I would like to begin cultivating the goal, the intent of never touching the head on the floor. So as I roll, it's my shoulder, and then I move across the shoulders, but the head is never touching the floor as I roll through. Now I recognize you may not be able to do this initially, but you are all able to correctly contract your neck forward and to bring it in. So this is a hugely important point and something that you'll see being misdone repeatedly.